Hello guys, welcome to the YouTube channel and Sufihot. I hope you will be fine. Today my title is Israel strikes deepen panic in Rafah as UN air chief warns the ground offensive could result in slaughter. Panic is soaring in Rafah as desperate Palestinians decide whether to flee the last refuge in Gaza as Israel draws up plan for the ground offensive that the United Nations air chief has warned could lead to slaughter. A growing number of the countries and international organizations are now scrambling to convince Israel to halt its planned offensive with Ireland's Taoiseach or Prime Minister Leo Varadkar accusing the country of becoming blinded by rain. The South African government made an urgent request to the International Court of Justice Tuesday to determine if Israel's extended military action in the southern Gazan city required it to use its power to prevent further imminent breach of the rights of Palestinians in Gaza. Israel has been bombarding Rafah as airstrikes for weeks and says it's committed to a ground offensive as alternative to is to surrender to Hamas and to sacrifice 134 people. Israel military spokesperson Lieutenant Colonel Peter Lerner told CNN Tuesday, referring to the Israeli held hostage in Gaza, that is not an option from Israel's perspective said. It remains unclear how and when a ground offensive would unfold and that uncertainty is adding to anxiety among Palestinians in Rafah about where to go and what to do. We're lost, we don't know where to go. We're tired, we have been walking around without knowing where to go. Mohammed Shbar, a displaced Palestinian in Rafah, told Reuters, adding that he prayed the world pressured Israel to end the war and release us. United Nations chief Griffiths warned Tuesday that such an offensive could lead to slaughter and leave humanitarian efforts in Gaza at death door. He urged Israel to listen to the international community's warning against the dangerous consequences of the ground invasion, saying history will not be kind if those calls are ignored. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu last week directed the country's military to plan the evacuation of the population from Rafah after saying that the Israeli Defense Force would soon go into Rafah, Hamas' last bastion. IDF spokesperson Lerner said the military aimed to create a plan that evacuated civilians out of harm's way and differentiate civilians between the humans militants. However, it has not yet presented an evacuation plans to the government. He told CNN on Tuesday more than 1.3 million people are now crammed into a sprawling tent city packed against the Egyptian border in Rafah and only nominally safe place for Palestinians filling, filling the north and center of Gaza. Families are already living with severe shortage of food, water, medicine, shelter, and daily risk of being killed by Israel fire. South Africa called Rafah the last refuge for surviving the people in Gaza and suggested that the Israel offense there would be serious and irreparable breach both of the Concert Convention and ICJ's journey court order and requires Israel to take all measures to prevent genocide in Gaza. Israel military action in Rafah has already led to and will result in further large-scale killing, harm and destruction, the government said in its request to the World Court. Residents are now faced with an impossible choice: stay in the city and risk becoming trapped in a bloody Israeli ground offensive to attempt to flee Rafah, risking their lives to escape to town devastated by Israel's bombing campaign, where the remaining people say they have been forced to drink water and eat grass to stay alive. I pray to God the Palestinians will release soon from Israel. Have a nice time. Goodbye.